I was standing in his living room, homeless, heartbroken, and quietly miscarrying his child, while my fiancé laughed in the next room with the woman he cheated on me with. 5 years later, that same man called me, crying, because karma didn't just punish him, it erased him. If you've ever been cheated on, lied to, or made to feel disposable by someone you loved, hit like, subscribe, and settle in, because this story isn't just revenge. It's emotional justice, served cold and perfected by karma itself. The love that waited 7 years. This story begins with a girl who waited 7 years. 7 years of quiet hope. 7 years of pretending a childhood crush was just a friend. 7 years of telling herself it's fine. If it's meant to be, it'll happen. She was 19, recently out of a long relationship, newly independent. She had moved from Alaska to the Pacific Northwest, chasing freedom, education, and a fresh start. But one thing followed her everywhere. Him. We'll call him DN. He was the boy she met in junior high. The one whose smile stayed burned into memory long after the lockers and classrooms faded away. So one night, from hundreds of miles away, she finally did it. She told him the truth. She expected rejection, or awkward silence, or a polite "I don't feel that way." Instead, he said he loved her too. He told her everything she'd dreamed of hearing, that he'd always felt the same, that he was too afraid to act, that he never thought she would want him. And just like that, 7 years of longing exploded into possibility. Promises, planes, and a ring. She started flying back to Alaska every couple of weeks. Friends noticed. Family noticed. Everyone said the same thing. You two were always meant to be. It felt like destiny finally catching up. Then, after just a few months, he proposed. A ring. A future. A life together in their hometown. She said yes, without hesitation. She quit her job, packed her entire life into boxes, shipped everything north. She was all in. The night everything cracked. A few days before her final flight, she felt off. Sick. Dizzy. Exhausted. She trusted her intuition. The test turned positive. She was pregnant. Her hands shook as she called him. Her heart was racing. This was going to change everything. But when he picked up, there was a party at his place. Music, voices, laughter. And then he said it. Before you tell me your news, I need to tell you about this really cool artist girl. Something twisted in her stomach. She didn't say it then. She told him to call her later. He never did. The confession. The next day, he finally answered. Before she could speak, he cut her off. I have to tell you something. Her body knew before her mind did. He cheated. The night she tried to call him, he was with her. She hung up and threw up. She later told him the engagement was over. Then, that week, she miscarried, alone, silent, grieving not just a baby, but a future she had already started living in her heart. Stranded in the snow. Weeks later, she still had to go back to Alaska. Her belongings were already there. She had nowhere else to stay. He forgot to pick her up from the airport. She stood there alone, cold, humiliated. An elderly couple asked if she was okay. She broke down. Eventually, she took a cab, pounded on his door in the freezing dark. His roommate, BM, let her in. Diane was passed out. She slept on the couch, silent, detached, composed. Because the one thing she refused to be was the crazy ex, the ultimate disrespect. Then came the final insult. He invited the woman he cheated with to meet her, and she realized Choti had no idea who she really was. DN had erased her, lied to both women, and now he brought his betrayal into the same house, where his ex-fiancée quietly cried herself to sleep, night after night. Within earshot, something hardened inside her. Not rage, resolve, the revenge. One night, at yet another party, she pulled Choti aside. Private, sober, calm. She didn't scream. She didn't accuse. She seduced. Then she told her everything. the childhood crush, the engagement, the move, the pregnancy. And finally, she said, "If he could do this to me after knowing me for years, imagine what he'll do to you." The seed was planted, the moment of impact. The next day, Deanne confronted her. "What were you doing with her?" She looked him dead in the eyes. "Cold, controlled. The same thing you did." His face collapsed. Power shifted. For the first time, he felt small. After she left, everything fell apart. In rapid succession, T showed he cheated on him with his best friend and moved in with him. He was fired on Christmas Eve. His truck broke down and was impounded. His family disowned him. His friends beat him, threw him into the snow, and locked him out. He lost everything: home, job, family, friends, state. 5 years later, she was married, happy, pregnant. When Deanne called, broken, crying. And that's when she told him about the baby, the one he never knew existed. The silence on the line shattered. He sobbed. She stayed calm. "You didn't know because you didn't care to ask." And with that, the final truth landed. Revenge doesn't always require screaming or destruction. Sometimes it's grace, silence, and letting karma finish the job. If this story gave you chills, smash that like button, subscribe, and tell us in the comments. Do you believe in karma, or do you believe in making your own justice? Because we've got many more stories where betrayal meets its reckoning.